Have you ever felt nervous or stressed when going to the doctors? Well, that's a bit like what your cat feels when you take them to the vet. Some people are wary of taking their cat to the vet for this reason, but it's incredibly important to do so in order to keep your cat as healthy as possible. So in this video, we hope to clear up any concerns you have to help you feel at ease when taking your feline friend to the vet. Even healthy cats need regular visits to a veterinary practice, so their health can be closely monitored, receive regular treatment for fleas and worms, and get any vaccinations your vet advises. All these reasons are especially important for cats as they get older, so any health issues can be identified and treated as early as possible. The journey to the vet can be stressful for a cat, particularly if you have to travel a long way, but there are a few things you can do to reduce this stress for them as much as possible. Make sure you have a suitable cat carrier. Sturdy wire or plastic ones are the best, and the carrier should be large enough for your cat to lay down comfortably and adjust their position. Top openers are easier to lower your cat into from above, and carriers that are able to have the top section removed are very beneficial, so your vet can potentially do their exam with the cat still in the carrier where they feel safe. Prepare the carrier by placing a blanket or item of clothing with your cat's scent on, so they feel safe when they're in there. Ideally, a carrier will be left out in your home as part of your cat's normal environment, so they can get used to its scent. If they're particularly nervous, you can spray a pheromone spray at least 15 minutes before they go in to help them keep calm. Once your cat's in the carrier, place a blanket over the top so they can't see out. Just make sure there's still some ventilation so they won't overheat, especially in the warmer months. When transporting your cat in the car, ensure that the carrier is safely belted in so it won't move in an emergency stop. Placing in the footwell of the back seat where it can be secured is also a good option. If you're particularly worried about transporting your cat to the vet because of stress, it's worth contacting your vet ahead of time to ask advice on any additional measures that can be taken. The waiting room can be nerve-wracking for cats. There'll be a lot of new scents, and there are likely to be other animals, unfamiliar voices, and other noises, all of which can cause your cat to feel stressed. Some vets will have separate waiting areas for dogs and cats. Cats feel safer when they're up high, and most vet surgeries will provide shelving to place your cat on while you wait, so take advantage of this if you can, and keep the blanket over the carrier at all times. When you go into the treatment room with your cat, the vet will ask you questions about their general health, such as their eating and toileting habits, as well as their behaviour. Once out of the carrier, your cat will likely be weighed, as weight gain or loss can be a sign of certain health issues, particularly in older cats. A thorough health check will include an examination of the cat's eyes, ears, teeth, chest, and stomach, which is why it's important to try and get your cat accustomed to this type of handling from a young age. Vets may also check the level of mobility your cat has by letting them walk around the surgery. It may also be helpful to take videos of your cat demonstrating any mobility issues at home, just in case they don't display them at your appointment. Cats gain comfort from the environment they're in, so allowing the cat to explore the room or stay within the bottom of their carrier to be examined if they need is ideal. You may also be asked to hold them in a certain position so the vet can take a heart rate reading or administer a vaccination. If you're uncomfortable doing so, you can say, and the vet will be able to call in an assistant or vet nurse to help if needed. The price of a general checkup for your cat can vary depending on where you are in the country. If you have any concerns about cost, you should ring your vet ahead of the appointment. You can expect to pay a fee for the appointment, plus the cost of any medication or follow-up treatment if needed. Most vet practices offer a monthly payment scheme across the year that covers checkups, vaccinations, and flea and worming treatment as standard, and this can help spread the cost over a whole year. It's also a good idea to have pet insurance in case your cat has an accident or requires any treatment that falls outside of the normal payment plan. If your cat is prescribed any sort of medication, your vet will give you clear instructions on how to administer this. You should ask as many questions as possible to ensure you're doing this correctly and that your cat is receiving the required dose they've been prescribed. We hope you found this video helpful. If you have serious concerns about taking your cat to a vet, it would be worth researching whether there are any feline-only clinics or home visiting vets in your area. For more information, please visit our website.